Hey guys, Sordax here. Today we're doing another deck profile. This time we're doing a deck profile on the Gold Paladin, Prominence Glare deck. Deck. The cards came out in December. December. Yes, the Prominence Glare cards came out in December. Well, in the English version, set 16, and yeah, it's it's a fun deck to play with. Prominence Glare has a similar ability to Glory Maelstrom and Yggdrasil. So we'll get to that later on. So right now let's just start with the deck profile. So for starting Vanguard, I run two Flaming Passion Liberator Guido. I think I say. Okay, so his ability is that you put him into the soul. When your Vanguard is Legion, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck, search up for one card with Liberator in its card name, and call it among to an open rearguard circle, then shuffle your deck. So basically, he's just superior calling. So this deck is you're going to be superior calling a lot in this deck. And yeah, so put into soul, check top 3 for Liberator and call it. That ability is really good, especially for this deck, the strategy around this deck. So we run 2 because you checking top 3 for Liberator. And yep. For grade 3s, we run 4 Bluish Flame Liberator, Prominence Glare. Obviously, he's the main card of the deck, so you obviously want to run 4. So Legion, his mate is Regulation Liberator Aglovale, and his first ability is Counterblast 1, and choose a Bluish Flame. Choose a card with a Bluish Flame in its card name, and from your hand, and discard it. When your unit is placed from the rearguard circle from your deck, if this unit is in Legion, you may pay the cost. If you do, this card gets +1 critical, and during the battle this unit attacks, your opponent can't call a grade 1 or higher from the hand to the guardian circle. So basically, Glory Maelstrom effect, like Yggdrasil, you're getting +1 critical, and your opponent can guard grade 1s or higher. Obviously that ability is really good because you're putting a lot of pressure on your opponent. Since they can't perfect guard, they're gonna have to ditch a lot of grade 0s, which are usually 10k shields. Then they're leaving themselves open for bigger numbers. The only downside to this is, unlike Yggdrasil, Prominence Glare doesn't have any like sort of ability to get his attacking power up. Like the only way you can do it for Prominence Glare, you only have his Legion and then whatever boosts you have behind it, while Yggdrasil has a whole bunch of other cards that can help give her power, like Prey Angel gives her +5k, pairing it up with Ordained Owl, another 5k, and Norn, so Blasting Norn is 5k each. So yeah, that's the only downside with Prominence Glare. It doesn't have a lot of ways to get big numbers to attack with, but he's still a good card. And yeah, so this ability only works if first you have a Bluish Flame card in your hand to discard, and if you superior call a card from your deck, which in this deck it should be very simple to do. There's a lot of cards that will let you do that. But if for some reason you can't do that, his second ability can help with that. So his second ability is Counterblast 1. Choose one of your rearguard and retire it. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck and search for one card with Liberator in its card name, and call it to a rearguard circle, not open, so you can replace. And put the rest in the bottom of your deck in any order, and this ability cannot be used for the rest of the turn. So like I said, if for some reason you can't superior call from the deck from other cards, his second ability will help you with that. You just gotta retire one. And yeah, that's it for Prominence Glare. And for the other grade 3s, we run 4 Bluish Flame Liberator Percival. Obviously, he's from the trial deck, so pretty easy to get and kind of cheap. Kind of cheap, I think. Yeah. So you have him because first off, he's another Legion. In case you can't get Prominence, you can't Legion or Prominence Glare. Percival will do. So his ability is when this unit is in Legion, you can look at the top 4 cards of your deck, search up for 1 card with Liberator in its name, and call it to an open rearguard circle, and put the rest in the bottom in any order. So basically, once this card Legions, you just have that one time to superior call from the deck. So yeah, and then his second ability is when this unit is attacking a Vanguard, it gets plus 2k. So by itself, it'll be attacking for 13, and in Legion it'll be attacking for 22. Yeah, so again, he's a secondary Legion in case you can't get to Glare, but most of the time you'll be using him for Prominence Glare ability. So you would ditch him to activate Prominence Glare first ability, which the +1 critical and can guard with grade 1s. And yep. On to grade 2s. Rerun. For Regulation Liberator Aglovale. So he is the mate to Prominence Glare. So obviously you'll run 4 of him. And he's a pretty good card too. So his first ability is when this unit attacks, if you have a Vanguard with Bluish Flame in its card name, this unit gets plus 2k until the end of battle. So basically, if you have a Bluish Flame in your Vanguard, he's basically an 11k attacker, which is pretty good. And his second ability is you Soul Blast 1. When this unit is placed from the rear guard from your deck, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, search for 1 card with Bluish Flame in its card name, reveal it to your opponent, and put it into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So basically, when you superior call him from the deck, he basically helps you find a Bluish Flame to put into your hand, so you can activate the Explosion Blue ability of a Prominence Glare. Yeah, and yeah, see, and superior calling from the deck. So again, this deck is superior calling for days. And speaking of superior calling, next we run for Untitled Liberator Aglovale. He is Percival's mate and Core's mate, but I don't run Core in this deck. Yep. His ability is Counterblast 1. Counterblast 1. When this unit is placed in the rear guard circle, you may pay the cost. If you have a Vanguard with Liberator in its card name, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, search up for 1 card with the Liberator in its card name, and then call it to an open rear guard and put the rest in the bottom in any order. So yeah, 1 turn superior call. That's about it. And yeah, helps you with getting Prominence Glare ability out because of the superior calling. And it helps out with, all the superior calling will help out with the next card, which is our final grade 2s. We run 3 Overcast Liberator Geraint. His ability is going to be really good. His ability is going to be really good with what's happening with this deck, so with all the superior calling. So his ability is when another of your gold paladin is placed on the rear guard from your deck, if you have a Vanguard with Liberator in its card name, this unit gets plus 3k. So all that superior calling from the deck is gonna stack with Geraint. So 9k, then superior calling for each for 3k. So he's going to be attacking for really big numbers. Yeah, so he can do something that Prominence Glare can't do, which is basically get really big numbers with all the superior calling. And yeah, and it should be really easy to get big numbers with all superior calling because of all the cards I have in this deck. So yeah, Geraint, really good for superior calling. And since we run Geraint, how can we not have his grade 1 counterpart? We run 3 May-Raid Liberator Bruno. Again, like I said before, he is the grade 1 version of Geraint. He gets plus 3k for every card you superior call from the deck. Yeah, so pairing him up with Prominence Glare can help out with the low number. Or you can pair him behind Geraint and be swinging for really, really, really big numbers. And yep, nothing much else to say about Bruno since he's the grade 1 version of Geraint. Next we run 2 Marrons, 10k beater because he gets plus 3k when you have a Liberator Vanguard. And yeah, good early game. Nothing else much to say about Marron, 10k beater. Next we run 2 fast chase Liberator Josephus. He's there for draw power, so his ability is Soul Blast 1 with a Liberator in its card name. When this unit is placed in the rear guard from the deck, you may pay the cost. If you do, and you have a Liberator Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, you can draw a card. So basically, he's here for draw power, since I don't run draw triggers in this deck. And yeah. Next we run 2 Physical Force Liberator Zorron. So again, he all about superior calling. So so his ability is put this unit into the soul. When this unit is placed on the rear guard circle from your deck, if you have a Gold Paladin Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, search up for 1 card with Liberator in its card name, and call it to look at that typo there. Call it to an rear guard circle and put the rest in the bottom of the deck in any order. So again, this card is just basically helping with the superior calling. So you superior call him, put him to the soul, and then you superior call another card. And for Geraint and Bruno, that's 6k added right there for each of them. So yeah, all about superior calling. And finally for Sentinels, we run 3 perfect guards and 1 quintet wall. Again, this is different from my usual decks where I usually run 2-2. I run 3-1 because, first of all, this deck is pretty counterblast heavy. Well, they're pretty cheap counterblasters, but if you want to be using Explosion Blue a lot, you better save up your counterblast. So we only run 1 quintet wall to save the counterblast, and we run 3 perfect guards because perfect guards are perfect guard. Why would you not run perfect guards? And not Mark, because this guy is a lot cheaper than Mark. So yep. And finally, trigger lineups. We run 8 crits, because crits are going to hit. Crits are going to crit. Yeah, and we run this crit because put into soul plus 3k, so try to get that extra attack power for your Vanguard. And like I said, I don't run draws because I run 4 stands, because this stand is going to help you get superior calling a lot. So his ability is put this unit to the bottom of the deck. When this unit is placed on the rear guard circle from your deck, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Search for 1 card that is not named Ketchgal Liberator and call it among to an open rear guard circle. Then shuffle your deck. So calling from the deck, and yeah, I just lost my train of thought. So yeah, superior calling. Yes, superior calling. This card, so superior call this from the deck, then put into the bottom deck, search for another 3, and then yeah, again that's another 6k. And if you pair it up with Zorron, you can do another superior call. Then if you manage to get like a Guido, then that's another superior calling. So yeah, you can change superior calls and you can add a whole bunch of power to Bruno and Geraint with this. And finally, 4 heals, because heals are going to heal. And yep, that is it for this deck profile. This is probably one of the better Gold Paladin decks out there, and it's pretty fun too because of the explosion blue, as my friends would like to say. Yeah, Gold Paladins and blue. Everything you see that. And yep, that's all for this deck profile, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.